Hey Facebook family, welcome back to New and Old Survival. Today is Saturday and we finally started, I think, going to get some spring that might stay here. So I decided to come out and look at something that I discovered at the end of deer season, and I'll flip the camera around and explain to you. Now you can see how close I am to the highway, or it's not a highway, it's a secondary road, but maybe you can see this. I'm just holding the camera out from me. I don't know what you're looking. Don't even know if I'm in focus. But anyway, let's take a look. Right here, and I happen to notice this because I grow it, and I noticed these stalks. Let me see if I can get in here with these little, what appears to be a berry or something. It's not a berry, it's a seed. And you can tell if I came here yesterday and snapped that off, and that might be giving you a clue as to what we're seeing. But if not, I had to dig around. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Hey, there's one hiding. Right at the end of my finger. Let's move it away some more. There's another one in there. Now, it's an asparagus. And there's another one right there that's coming up. And there's actually about 5 or 6 different plant or root bases in this area. We got some wild onion, which is also very good in soups and stews. I'll get it out here in a minute. So just about a week or so and we'll be able to pick us some food. It's been raining pretty much all spring, summer. It hasn't let up. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if we get rained on today. The clouds are gathering. But I want to show you something that I noticed the other day. I've not went up to get to it to see what it is, but I thought I'd take you along because I think I know what it is. So I'll turn the camera. Oh my, that's pretty steep. But let's see if I can zoom in up there and give you an idea. Is it going to get blurry? It's going to get blurry. That means we got to go get a closer look. I may drop the camera and who knows what else. But we'll try. We've got to watch for snakes too. I'm sure they're out in full force. And looky here. I believe we've got cohosh. I believe it might be black cohosh. Anyway, this is steep. Very, very steep. Right here we got some cleavers, which are edible, also known as bed straw, because people would stuff their beds with them. I can see it from here. And they would stuff their tick mattresses with them because they would repel bugs. But looky here. Look at here at this mushroom. That's what I thought it was. And if we pan on up, all those little white spots, I may have to find a different way up here. Stand by. Alright, we found a different way. Yeah, it's like a jungle. Actually, here where I'm at in Virginia, right up next to the Blue Ridge Mountains, we are sort of considered a jungle environment because the humidity level stays pretty high. And so, my goodness. Right before I said, or right after I said, hold on, I slipped, and now I've got a few briars lodged in my arm. I think it's going to have to be surgically removed by a professional surgeon. That would be me. Alright, here we go. Now let's see if we can see. Well, all of these mushrooms. Now, got some here, some there, Have some different ones. Right here. I wish it would automatically focus. One of these days, maybe I'll figure it out, guys. So anyway, let's see if we can get an identification. This almost looks like coral. So let me do some digging and let's see what we have. At first I thought it might be bear's head or lion's mane. Lion's mane will typically grow off of a tree, but this is directly on the ground. So I believe it might be coral. Alright, hold on again. Now we're back in another part of town, which is only about 2 miles from where the asparagus was. And discovered these a couple of years ago and I had forgotten about them. But the point is, just get out and keep your eyes open. Don't just look at the road, and of course you have to do that. You don't want to have an accident. But behind me I have a tree, and I haven't seen anything around here other than this location where I'm at. But just getting out, having an evening walk can often lend to discovery of things in your area that you just didn't realize. Go pick leaves, crush them, smell them. Be sure it's not poison oak, poison ivy, and if it's in your area, poison sumac or some of the other plants that might break you out, hives or whatever. Kind of have an understanding of what you're allergic to or what you can't cope with. But behind me I have a Juneberry, and other people call them salmon berries, because whenever they come out, that's when the fish were starting to run. So I'll try to bring you up close, and I've got a couple of pictures that I'll show you. But these dark blue ones, they just come off right in your hand. These are so ripe. I'm going to show you see if this will focus in on that little, here's the top of it, and it's almost got the end like a blueberry. They almost taste like a blueberry. So these are delicious. I plan to come back later, and they got a few little seeds in them. Anyway, I plan to come back later, pick a bunch, and maybe make some Juneberry jelly. I'm gonna cut it off now, and I'm gonna stay here and eat a while. I walked about 5 feet away from the Juneberries, and do you know what this is? Moving around, if I can keep it in frame. Let's see if I can put my hand up here. This is an onion, and it's gone to seed. I'm gonna zoom back out. See here? Look where it's growing. Right here. In the pavement, right up against the curb. There's food everywhere. You just have to know where to look. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to do you. You're not going to stop going to the supermarket for food. But even if you're not in the woods, the city can be a great place to look for food. Take these home, put them in a container, or scratch out a little piece of dirt and plant these seeds. You'll have a bunch of onions. There's a parking lot in the background, and here's another Juneberry tree. Just marvelous. And actually, I'm on the street. There's my truck. I'll walk over here behind my truck. Got a bunch of honeysuckle. I wouldn't really consider that food, but it is a nice treat. And if you've never sucked on a honeysuckle, you are missing out. But I thought there might be an apple tree in here I was going to show you, but I didn't see the apples. Well, looky here, right in the city. We have cherries. They're not quite ripe yet, but it won't be long. We can come over here and pick cherries. Cherries right now at Walmart are about $6 a pound. It would take me about probably 3 minutes to pick a pound. So that's six. I just made $6 in 3 minutes if you want to look at it like that. Wonderful. There's quite a bit of poison oak, and here we go. I'm going to show you something while we're here. You see this right here? That is not poison oak. Although some people can be allergic to it. This has 5 leaves, predominantly 5 leaves. This is Virginia creeper. So when you see this around your house, some people even grow it for an ornamental plant to grow up the side of their trees and such, like an ivy. But that is not poison oak. However, I'm sure there is poison oak in here. But look at here, growing in and around this poison oak. You might recognize that leaf. I believe I've done a video on it before. Here it is gone to seed. These are actually little seed pods, these little tendrils here, or they will be. This is mustard garlic. And you can even crush them up and smell them. Let's see if I turn around here. If you like onions and garlic, you'll enjoy that for sure. I literally just discovered this. I did not know it was here, and this is too good not to share or include. I hope we're running. Yep, I've got a blackberry tree. Look at here. If I can get it there. Look at yonder. No, that ain't blackberries. That's mulberry. I haven't had any mulberries in a few years. It looks like a well, here we go. It looks like a blackberry when it's in your hand. But that is a mulberry. And the parking lot is just littered with them. All these little black spots. They are so sweet. You won't find mulberries in a store because they do not last very long once they're picked or once they ripen. Now, something that you should know is they do have some white mulberry varieties. This is not. This is a black mulberry. And actually, if you were to eat some of the ones that are not ripe, it can make you really, really sick. Some people say you will hallucinate. And I'll just tell you, I don't need no foreign substance in my body. I have a good enough time. I reckon that's what being half crazy is. You don't need no drugs. I just like eating good stuff. This tree is loaded. You see the, as I'm eating one, see the leaf here, serrated on each side. Of course, if you go out looking for them now, you'll see the mulberries. And that bark will almost remind you of a locust tree, how deeply furrowed that it is. Here's another one. And this is kind of unique. And of course, we're talking about urban foraging. Let's see. Look here. Here we got crab apples. No, these ain't very big right now. Okay, crab apples. And we'll show you what's unique about this one. Comes down into the trunk. Comes up. Crab apple, crab apple. Oh, look at there. Look like some Granny Smiths or something else. Sorry for the wind, guys. There's a little rain blowing in, surprise, surprise. But if we look down here, this is actually 2 different trees that are growing right side by side. Yep, kind of giving you a hint of where this is at. If you live around my part of the woods, Crabapple. Alright, the last thing that we're going to cover is cattail. I'm right beside the road, and this is one of the first that I've seen. Right here we've got the male part sticking on top. Normally what you see is this female portion, and that's what's going to get big, it'll get brown, then you'll have the fluff inside. But this top part can be broken off, and we are talking about foraging in an urban environment, so that was motorcycles. So anyway, this top part can be broken off and boiled in water and eaten just like corn on the cob. Now, we won't pull that one, but let's pull a smaller one. Okay. If we go in here and pull up the center, hopefully we won't grab the whole thing and pull it, the roots and all. You can eat the roots, but you end up, it looks something like that. Okay, this inside portion tastes to me a lot like cucumber. It's tender, and eat it, you know, it'll get woody. I can't hold this camera straight, upside down, whatever. It'll get woody the further that you go up, but it's full of carbohydrates, which will fill you up and give you an energy boost. So now it's starting to get woody, but if you peel that outside portion off, then you can continue to eat. It's good stuff, really is. You should try it. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and once again, if you like what you see, join our Facebook family and like, subscribe. That way you'll know the very next time that I get a video up, which hopefully will be very soon. Happy hunting, and I hope to hear you in the comments. For now, that's all.